Today we're going to do 2 giant turkey legs smoked on the Traeger. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. My name is Todd. I'm so delighted you guys are able to spend a little bit of time here today watching some of our videos. And like I mentioned at the beginning, we're going to be doing these jumbo turkey legs. These things are huge. I had to go to my local carneceria to find them. I usually only find the little itty bitty ones at the big box grocery stores, and that just ain't gonna cut it for this cook. So one of the things we're also gonna do is use some of this Uncle Steve's Shake Sweet and Spicy R, one of his newer ones, not the newest, but one of his newer spices. And we really love it a lot. It's got a great color. And we're also gonna use some cayenne pepper, kind of as another layer. We want a little bit of heat for these things. So before we get started, folks, if you could spend a little time, hit that subscribe button and then tap that bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing. All right, so this whole thing started yesterday when I went down to the carneceria, bought a couple of these giant turkey legs, and then I looked around on the internet and I really liked a couple brines I saw. The one I saw that stuck out in my mind is Daddy Cook's. His brine incorporated some sugar in it, and I really want to try that. I got a sweet tooth, and so does Deb. So we're gonna go ahead and brine these. And what I did is I took a nice aluminum pan or stainless steel pan, and then I put some warm water in there. And I put about 3/4 cups of garlic salt because I wanted to incorporate the garlic in there as well. I didn't put whole garlic cloves in there, but I used garlic salt. And then I used about a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. It wasn't any special kind of sugar, but I put that in there as well. Then I took out of our garden some 4 or 5 fresh rosemary sprigs, and I stuck those in there as well. So I warmed this up, and as Daddy Cook said, put your fingers in there to where it's still warm, but not so warm that you can't have your hands in there. And I dissolved all those solids in there, and then I dunked the legs in there. And then instead of using ice and keeping them out, I went ahead and just put them in the fridge for about 18 hours. So I figure that's plenty of time to get these turkey legs ready. So what I'm going to do now is use some avocado oil and then these seasonings, and then I'm going to go outside and get the Traeger ready. And today we're going to be cooking right about 250 with some universal kind of pellets, hardwood pellets. That's kind of a mix. And then we're going to wait probably 3 or 4 hours until that internal temperature comes up to about 170. So let's get started. After I took them out of the brine, I doused them in cold water to get all that brine off. Be sure to dispose of that brine responsibly because it's some pretty nasty stuff. It's done its job and you don't need any more of it, okay? So then pat it dry really well. I recommend getting a rack here. Even put it in your fridge if you want for a few hours to really dry it up because you want to get as much of that fluid out of there as possible. Also take time right now to look around and maybe trim any excessive things that you don't want here. I'm just going to go all natural and just go with the whole thing here, so not a big deal. What I'm going to do here is take our first, now here's your first real look at this turkey leg. This thing's a monster, isn't it? Love it. Okay, so a little bit of avocado oil. And oh, by the way, I'm using my right ungloved hand here to hold all my spices and oils and things, and a gloved hand to hold the actual protein meat. Okay, there we go. Okay, that looks good. Now, I'm gonna take this one and just now give it a light dosing of this cayenne pepper. Now, don't be alarmed. I know it's a lot of color, but that's what I'm looking for. Okay, and then some Uncle Steve's Sweet and Spicy. All right, guys, that's about it. Now, some of you might shy away from having that much spice and heat on your turkey legs. We're not. We love hot and spicy food. Plus, with the combination of the brine, the sugar that was in the brine, and the sweet and spicy are, I think it's going to tone down a little bit, especially after 3 or 4 hours of smoking. So let's go outside and fire up that Traeger. Test 1, 2, 3. All right, before we get any further, I want to thank Mike Wolford at Dude's Kitchen Grill. He sent some really cool stickers, and if you're interested in a sticker swap, instant message me, private message, give me your address, and we'll swap some stickers 1 for 1. Alright guys, last time I used the Traeger, I used this smoke tube here, but I didn't think it was really that necessary with the turkey legs, since it's going to be going at least 3 or 4 hours, and I brined it so much, I really don't want that much of a smoke. I want to be able to taste some of that brine, some of that turkey meat. So it's on there now, set for about 250, and in Traeger years, that's about 275 to 225, you know, give or take. But my old Lil Tex here does a pretty good job at maintaining 250 plus or minus 20. So it's about 3 o'clock, so I expect around 6 o'clock I should have good color, and then by 7 o'clock it's crispy enough to start thinking about taking off. I am going to probe it for temperature once in a while. I'm really looking for about 170, but you know, as long as I'm well above 160, I'm fine with that. So we'll probably be definitely hungry enough by then to eat it no matter what it looks like. And if you haven't already, folks, please hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video. Thanksgiving's coming up. You're probably going to start seeing a lot more turkey videos, so add this one to your saved videos. Okay, here we go. Oh, they look beautiful, let me tell you. I love the color that we have so far. I really am loving that texture. Let's go ahead and give this closest one a little probe right there. Let's see, 157. Okay, so I'm going for about 170 and 159. Okay, so I'm about 10 degrees on that one for my target temperature. And the one in the back here, oop, I'm losing some juice, about 164. About 160 there, I'm averaging. And that's, so I'm thinking another 10 degrees, and then we're gonna pull them off. All right guys, there we had it. I put these turkey legs on at 3 o'clock. It cooked at around 250, just shy of 175. I pulled them off. That was about 5:30, so 3, 4, 5, 2.5, 3 hours. That's all it took, you know. It's a hot day outside here, it's about 75 degrees. And maybe that has something to do with it. I've heard these turkey legs taking a lot longer than that, but Maybe it's that Traeger, it cooks a little faster. I don't know, but it came out great. What do you guys think? So it's time to taste that little itty bit that I cut off. The smoke ring goes right on through. I'll show you this little piece here. Skin's not bad. It's got all the heat. Woo! I definitely like some hot and spicy, but I think I probably used too much cayenne pepper, but that's okay. The sweetness and whatnot kind of counteracts it a little bit. Definitely spicy with that cayenne. I probably used too much cayenne, but I definitely didn't use too much of this Uncle Steve's shake. So the Traegers, again, by themselves are not known for smoke, but you can definitely taste a little bit of smoke on these. The brine just kind of in the background, plenty of moisture, no problem at all with the moisture. Came out exquisite. I probably would have notched back a little bit on the cayenne, maybe mixed it with the Uncle Steve's shake first. Otherwise, I think it came out great. You could taste that turkey. There's definitely nothing missing from the turkey taste. It's there. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. You need to go out and get you some giant turkey legs, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. Buy them now, freeze them, or cook them now, freeze them, pull them out when you got people around. You know, before long, you're gonna be finding just whole turkeys and no turkey legs. Probably what's gonna happen with these turkey legs is we'll probably debone them and use them over rice and vegetables or something like that. They definitely look pretty cool. I guess when you grab them, they can be intimidating. But I don't think I'm gonna be a Fred Flintstone and eat them like this. But if you could, woo-wee. All right, guys, as usual, please like and subscribe, share this video with your friends, and don't forget, be nice to one another.